What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pixel Pulse, a video game podcast. This is episode number 2. And with me, as always, is my co host, my close friend, Kyle Olson. Kyle, it's good to see you, man. How the heck are you today?
Dude, I am fantastic. We're recording another podcast. Can't wait to get started. I think today is going to be even more fun than what we were talking about last week, specifically because I saw Final Fantasy in our list of things to talk about.
It's part of it. It's on the list, man. It's good news too. So yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. This is episode 2. We've lasted a second episode, so we're not done yet. Who knows?
Yeah,
How,
no, it's
how long
been
it's gonna
good.
go on. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw our first episode got us actually a couple of subscribers, a couple of viewers, which was really impressive. I thought that we were going to launch our first podcast and it was just going to be not me watching it because I hate watching myself, like what we were talking about.
Right.
But I thought nobody's going to watch it, but it's fun for us to like sit down as buddies and talk about games and what we love
Yeah.
doing. And then seeing that it actually has some views, I was like, oh, okay, well that's really neat. So yeah, let's do it again.
Yeah, someone, I mean, I guess not everybody hates the sound of my voice like I do. So, I'm like, I have to listen to it back because I just have to find any, like, editing errors or any mistakes that we've made. And I'm
Yeah.
always like, God, is that what I sound like? Good Lord. But, it must not disgust everybody. So that's great news, you know?
It's like
But,
Emperor's New Groove, where you've got what's her name, the evil lady. Where she's like, "Is that my voice? Is that my voice?" When she gets transformed, and then everyone's like, "Yes, that's your voice."
that's, I've never seen that movie. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, that is crazy,
There
folks.
are
We're gonna have
some.
to end today's podcast so Justin can go watch The Emperor's New Groove, and we will be right back. Cut.
Be back in an hour and a half. No. Yeah, no, but yeah, no, this is fun, man. I'm enjoying myself. I hope this goes on for several more episodes, and this is a good thing so far.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
yeah. So thank you everybody who wants to, turn us on, who wants to listen to us. We appreciate it. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. This is a new thing for us. This is a new endeavor. Yeah, endeavor. Wow, I suck at this already. A new endeavor. Pardon me. That was our first rough draft. Well, I mean, we're gonna have a few rough drafts here, moving forward. But that first episode, Kyle, I listened to it back, and it it ended abruptly. Our last episode, like it ended in the middle of us saying goodbye, at least. So there's that. We were saying goodbye, and then the video just cut off in the middle. I think in the middle of you talking.
Oh,
But and I'm like, God, I can't. I don't know why I did that, but I don't know. There's some rust in here. We got to figure it out. We'll figure it out. So I'm not too worried. So,
growing
but yeah,
pains. We gotta get a nice outro is what we really need. A nice
yeah,
outro
we
with
do
like bubbles and creativity and music and colors.
something to keep those peeps coming back for more.
Yeah.
Coming back for more to hear our voice.
Unless of
Um,
course they're listening on like Spotify or somewhere else and not watching on YouTube, then they won't see it, but they can hear us.
right, exactly. The soothing of our voice. Um, yeah, so last episode, as you guys know, we talked about our most anticipated games of 2026. Some games that I forgot about that Kyle had brought up, like the Halo Combat Evolved. I was kind of ashamed of that, but no, we had some different games on our list, which is kind of the point, right? Like we want to have different games. So it was a that was a fun episode to do. That was a fun episode to open the year with, overall, and I think a good benchmark for our first episode. So yeah, well, for episode 2, we are going to talk about just gaming discussion, gaming news. We also talk about what's happened in the last week. Some big stories. There have been some big stories that's been going on in the gaming world the past week. We want to talk about it. So yeah, Kyle, what do you think?
Man, can we
What do you
start
see
with
it?
Final Fantasy? Because for those who don't know, I'm a big Final Fantasy fan. My introduction to role-playing games was actually on the Nintendo 64. It was Quest 64. Um, and I loved it. And actually, I hate to admit this, but I used to fanboy so hard over Quest 64 because it was the only RPG that I knew that I would say it was better than Final Fantasy VII. And,
Oof.
and then I had one day, I had a friend come over and he brought a copy of Final Fantasy VIII with him. And he brought his PlayStation and we sat down and we started playing it, and it absolutely changed my life. And from then on, I've been hooked on Final Fantasy. So, Final Fantasy VII Remake and then Rebirth, I played the absolute crap out of those games. I even took time off of work for Rebirth when it came out. You can't see it in my screen, but I've got Sephiroth over here to the side. And the new details coming out about Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3, whatever they're going to call it, they I kind of love them and I kind of hate them because they don't really give us much, but they give us something. Like I want them to give us more information, but I'm satisfied with what they're saying about mini games at the very least because I sorely missed a lot of the mini games in Rebirth.
Yeah, let me. I'm gonna scroll over to that news story right now. Loading it up right now. But yeah. So it says here new details on Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 coming soon. Uh, and yeah, the mini games are gonna remain a core part of the experience. So this comes way of Twisted Voxel. Uh, and they write during an interview with Sean Lim from Game Braves, Final Fantasy VII Remake Trilogy director Naoki Hamaguchi was view asked for his view the role of minigames and lighter activities and the mixed sentiment surrounding their impact on pacing and Rebirth. In response, he said clarified that many games include mini games alongside their core gameplay. This must be like Google Translate because this is some of these words are not meshing grammar wise. Uh, According to him, if players keep engaging with the same mechanics for too long, the experience can start to feel less fresh. He added that minigames offer a completely different type of interaction, which helps players re-engage with the world from a new perspective. And that's my phone going off. I'm sorry about that. But so yeah, I guess we're gonna hear more about part three here coming. I guess really soon. So I'm looking forward to
I
that.
would hope so.
Yeah. In fact, I remember hearing that they had come up. They were going to come up with the final name, the name of Part Three by the end of last year. Not that they were going to announce it, but that they were going to decide on a name. So I don't know if it's going to be like
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII, Requiem, or if it's going to be reimagined. Well, they can't call it that, but just something. It's probably going to be another R word. I'm not really sure what, but. Yeah, so I don't know, Kyle. I'm pretty excited. I don't some people kind of they were divisive on the mini games in Rebirth. How do you feel about the mini games? Were you a fan of them? Not a fan of them?
I played Rebirth so much. I think I finished it with like somewhere between 130 and 140 hours logged on that game. And I'm not a trophy hunter. I really actually don't like trophies as much. The only games I've ever platinumed on trophies were this Spider-Man 1 and 2. But for Rebirth, yeah, I went through and I played every mini game. I got gold in all the mini games. I did all the cards.
Yeah.
I really liked the mini games, and I liked the way that they kept breaking up the pace of the game for me because I don't think there were pacing issues with the game at all. I think it actually had a great roller coaster of pace, which is for me is great. I don't like it all high speed. I don't like it all low speed. I like when it kind of ebbs and flows with the game and the story of the game, and then breaking that up even more so with those mini games. It was fun. Like sometimes I just pop into Rebirth not to play the story, but to play some of the mini games. But the one mini game that I was really missing was the snowboard mini game. Like you see that construction sign in Rebirth, and it's like teasing you that the snowboard one is there, but it's not, and
Oh,
it's. I'm hoping it's coming in the third installment. I'm really hoping so because I remember that one from the original, and it was just so much fun. I want it to feel like SSX, like that would be so great if it was like
That's the
SSX.
dream.
And yeah, I don't know if they'll go for that, but the mini games were absolutely amazing for me. Like I said, I loaded up Final Fantasy Rebirth just to play the mini games sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I really didn't. I guess the complaint was that there was just too much and it was too many. It was overwhelming. I guess I didn't get. I'm not too terribly far in Rebirth yet, but I've played a few of the mini games, and to me they were fun. I mean, they were not that serious, but they were it was a good break from the game. I mean, you're playing this long overarching story. It's nice to have these little breaks in between the serious gameplay. Like
Yeah.
that Queen's Blood. That Queen's Blood. I remember I couldn't. At first, I was confused. It was really confusing. But
Yeah, we did a screen share to go through it,
that's right.
remember?
You were helping me with
Yeah.
that, weren't you?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Yeah. And after that, I got the hang of it. I was beating people quite often after that. In fact, I'm not even sure if I even lost a match after you were helping me with that. It clicked pretty good. Queen's Blood should be like a real game. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was so yeah. No, it's and I know trying to remember all the games from the original Final Fantasy VII, like the snowboarding one. I love the motorcycle one where you're escaping
Hmm.
Midgar.
Oh
That
yeah.
was one of my favorites too.
Yeah, I
Um,
loved that one. It was a lot of fun. I mean it's crazy, the motorcycle spinning around, you're swinging your sword on either
yeah,
side, but it's like exactly what you want to be doing with that giant sword in your motorcycle, right?
yeah, exactly. No, it's just good to just kind of take your mind off of the main overarching depressing plot sometimes and relax. But that's kind of how I feel about it. I don't know. I'm going to kind of, I think, embrace the mini games. I'm excited that's gonna remain a central part of the sequel. So that's
Yeah.
good to me. So I'm looking forward to hearing more about it. Hopefully, maybe I don't know, maybe this spring in a PlayStation, I don't Direct or whatever they call them. What do they call them? State of Play.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll have a state of play on it. I'm kind of hoping for something like that, or maybe they'll do their own presentation. Who knows? But yeah, looking forward to that. So that's cool. Um,
I'll just say all I need is enough advance notice on when the game is coming out so I could do two things. One, pre-order the collector's edition because I have the collector's edition for Rebirth. I could not for the life of me get the collector's edition for Remake, which I still want. If somebody wants to send that to me, that'd be great. But number three, that would be awesome, and I can add it to my shelf back here behind me and be the biggest Final Fantasy nerd ever. So whatever it is, if it's like I don't know Zack with a sword or whomever, like I don't really care what they do with it. I just want to have that. And then the second part is I also need enough advance notice so I can put in for time off from work so I can give it a nice playthrough.
the attention that it deserves,
Yes,
so to
exactly.
speak. Yeah, cool. Well, we might as well just keep rolling on the Final Fantasy train because it was announced just a few short days ago that Final Fantasy Tactics: The Evilise Chronicles has surpassed 1 million copies sold. Now, this comes
Yeah.
way of Games Radar, and they write Final Fantasy Tactics: The Evilise Chronicles has beat sales expectations of the originals director, and sold over 1 million copies before the end of 2025. And the remake's director says that its positive reception could lead to future updates. Now, this is the important part. Now, he says that this could lead to updates and maybe a patch, or not patch, but extra content. So,
Ooh.
which makes me think, are they going to add the War of the Lions from the PSP remaster, or re-release of the game into this one? Because I know, as I
Yeah.
understand it, this released without the War of the Lions extra content. So like some of the extra classes, characters, uh, and I think just more. I don't know if there was more like story content. I think in that one, yeah, it was. There's more story content. So that wasn't in this one. This is just the original game but with remastered graphics, fully voiced dialogue,
Yep.
which is cool. So um, this is cool. I haven't bought the game. I don't know if you bought the game at all, Kyle, but
No, not yet. And the biggest reason for that is I have such a big backlog of games that I feel
yeah,
bad adding to that backlog when I know I'm not going to have a chance to play it for some time. And yes, I do want to play it eventually, but right now I have so many other games that I need to play first. So it'll be there when I'm ready to play it, and I've loved following the news about it. I just haven't had the chance to dedicate time or my wallet to it just yet.
yeah. No, same here. I do want it, especially since it's fully voiced. That's really exciting. To hear
Yeah.
these characters finally come, have this new life to them with fully voiced dialogue. That's really cool. So, I do plan on picking it up in the future. I don't know when, because like you, Kyle, I have a horrendous backlog that's always poking and prodding at me and begging to be played. So, and yeah, no, it's good news though. I'm happy for Square Enix. I imagine Square Enix is happy. I mean, I would hope so because they are notoriously not happy, right? Like with their sales
Yeah.
figures, they're always saying that they underperformed. Or I remember Final Fantasy 16 came out and they said that underperformed and it sold like 3 million copies in like uh, 5 days. I think it was like a week, and they weren't happy with those sales. And I'm like, how could you not be? But
Man, I was so happy with that game. Like,
oh
I didn't like the fact that to get a smooth performance, I had to not use the upscaled graphics. But because like I prefer 60 FPS over 4K resolutions and all
yeah,
that. So I went down on the graphics so I could get the boost in frame rate. But otherwise, I love the story. I love the gameplay. I love the music. I work and I listen to the music while I work because
yeah.
the music is motivating and aggressive and encouraging, and it's just I really love just about everything about that game. I thought it was so great.
No, it's definitely the most cinematic Final Fantasy in history. I mean, it was just such a cinematic game. It was those boss fights are some of the best I've ever experienced in a game.
Yeah, they were
Definitely the best in a Final
amazing.
Fantasy game. I mean, they were crazy good. No, that Final Fantasy 16 is remarkable. I can't sing its praises enough. Combat was fluid, responsive. Again, like you said, once you put it in performance mode, it's a lot better. But yeah, no, the graphics, the setting, the world, the characters, the voice
Right.
acting was on another level. I mean, the English voice acting is so good.
What's his name? Ben
Ben
Starr, I
Starr,
think
Ben
was.
Starr is,
Yeah.
is fantastic. You know, he
Yeah.
uh, he brings Clive to life in such a way that I've never seen a protagonist, in any of the Final Fantasy games before. It was truly impressive. But yeah, no, the combat was on point. I mean, it was, like I said, fast, fluid, responsive, everything you want in a action RPG. Uh,
Yep.
I know some purists probably, they didn't like it. Um, it strayed away from, like, they wanted like turn-based combat and they wanted like more magic
Yeah.
in it, which I get, but they're trying some new stuff with Final Fantasy, so I'm trying to embrace it, and I'm glad I did because I really enjoyed 16 a lot. I didn't platinum it, but I did do pretty much almost everything. I just got to get through the DLC now, the
Yeah.
expansions.
And same
So
here. I didn't platinum it, but that's because I just don't chase. I just don't chase trophies. It's just not something that like I do really. I mean, even
well,
for
because you
games
want to
that
you
I
want to be
love.
happy because you want to be happy, right? Because
Yeah.
if you chase platinums like I do, you're mostly unhappy.
Yeah, you're gonna get, and that's. I mean, honestly, that's it. Like, I don't want to get frustrated with my game because the challenge is so hard. I prefer
Right.
to enjoy the experience and 100% the game for myself and not miss out on story content. But I don't always need to do like exactly what the trophy says in order for me to feel fulfilled by it. But yeah, I mean, I love the voice acting. I love the setting. When they released the demo for it, and I played it, I had that moment at the end of that demo, and I was just like jaw wide open, feeling that like Game of Thrones Red Wedding type moment
Oh,
where you're just like,
yes.
what just happened? You know, it was amazing. And then the actual game came out, and you get to pick up from there, and it just keeps going. For me, that was a top tier Final Fantasy experience, and
Agreed.
I didn't miss the turn based combat at all. Like I can get turn based combat elsewhere.
Right,
I
exactly.
really enjoyed the changes that they made to make it more cinematic. Like the boss
Hmm.
fights. I mean, boss fights, they were 20, 30 minutes sometimes, maybe more.
Yeah,
And they didn't feel like that. They felt like that if you died and you had to go back from the beginning, but like
sure. Yeah,
otherwise they didn't feel like they were that long. They felt amazing. It was great.
yeah.
I'll probably have to play through it again at some point.
Yeah, like like you said, yeah, turn-based wasn't a big deal for me because I mean, if you want turn-based combat, they make tons of other turn-based RPGs. There's no shortage of turn-based RPGs. They're everywhere, and they're always
Yeah.
releasing them every year. So I mean, if I need that fix, I'll go there. Whether it's Octopath or Dragon Quest or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's not an issue for me. I like how this article was about tactics selling a million copies, and then we just start
I know.
glazing,
But now we're on
dissecting,
16, and yeah, I mean, Final
just praising
Fantasy
the
is just
crap
a
out of it.
rabbit hole. Yeah,
Yeah,
I love it.
but that's good about about them. The director. Kazutoyo Machiro. I'm butchering that name, by the way. Sorry. He says, "I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Truly, thank you so much." He goes on to say, "The entire development team is not only grateful to you, but in order to spread the joy, create a better experience, and encourage more people to play, we are looking at updating the game in the future." Now, there's no indication as to what these updates could entail, whether it's something gimmicky like costume or music DLC, or something a bit more substantial like restoring the War of the Lions content, which is what I mentioned, or adding new units to the game, maybe other protagonists, or supplement Cloud's appearance. So,
Maybe Clive.
yeah, I would love. Oh, that'd be sweet. Yeah, yeah, like new characters like Clyde. Yeah, Clyde would be awesome. I wonder what his class would be. It would be sweet though.
God.
Um, but yeah, so congratulations to Square Enix and the entire team for FF Tactics. Wonderful game. I will pick it up in the future, hopefully near future. So yeah,
And don't be
awesome.
so
All
hard
right.
on yourselves, guys, because your games are great. They're selling well. It's been a great ride from early Final Fantasy till now.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. There's a couple games in the Final Fantasy series that I'm not very fond of, but nonetheless, they tried something new, and I'm happy that they tried something new. No matter what. So
Absolutely.
yeah, cool. Yeah. Well, moving on. This also came out about 4 or 5 days ago. Oh yeah, January 8th, I think it was. This is a very exciting news for PlayStation players. Avowed has been announced for PS5,
Oh yeah.
and it releases on February 17th. And to coincide with that release, they've announced an anniversary update. So that's exciting. Let's see here. I'm reading through this press release here.
Yeah.
The announcement was made today during the New Game Plus showcase, where the developers also confirmed that the anniversary update is scheduled for release on February 17th, 2026, the same day as the PS5 version is set to launch. Now, this is really cool. Alongside the PS5 version's release date, the developers confirmed that the anniversary update will out the same day and include the following additions: New Game Plus, new races to play, like dwarves, Orlin. I don't know what some of these are. Uh, Aumau. It's Aumaua. I've never heard of that ever. I don't know if you know what that is, Kyle.
I no, I do not.
It's really weird. I know what dwarves are, but
Hey.
Orlan and Aumau. I know I'm saying that wrong. I don't care. Uh, but yeah, so a brand new weapon type and a photo mode. Which Kyle, I don't know if it's just me. I'm not big on. Are you big on photo modes in games? I guess I'm not.
Sometimes there are some games that I do like photo mode in, where maybe like the art direction and the character designs of the game are just like absolutely top tier, and I want to like just have like pose my character and take pictures of the scenery. um, I didn't really get into it until oh, what was that? Assassin's Creed, the one Odyssey. That was the one where the
Oh yeah.
environment was just so gorgeous. I would take pictures because I love that Greek environment. So I would take pictures from the PlayStation, and then I did it again for like Ghost of Tsushima because the environments there were just so absolutely gorgeous. But for me, I mean, adding a photo mode is okay. It's not a selling thing for me. It's just like a, I mean, if you can do it, great. If not, don't worry about it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not like you said. It's funny you bring up Tsushima. That's the first game where I really kind of started taking photos with photo mode and kind of
Yeah.
utilizing it because I mean Tsushima just has such a gorgeous environment. Just the world of Tsushima is just incredible to look at. Let alone play in. Uh,
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
where yeah, that's where I first really started using photo mode. But outside of that, I really just don't care about photo mode. I don't know. It's just something that never has really been a big deal to me. But I know it is to some people. So,
All those Stellar Blade fans out there, it's important for them, I
oh,
tell
I know
you.
they love that. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Taking pictures of the environment, of course, just the
Yeah,
environment.
absolutely. Just the environment. For me,
Yeah.
actually, it is the environment. Like what makes me want to take a picture in game isn't so much the character doing something cool. Although sometimes I will take a picture of a character doing something cool, but if there's an environment that just is so mind-blowing, the art direction is so gorgeous, sometimes I'll just like take a picture of it. Like I'll cut my character out of it a lot of times too. Like I'll turn the camera so the character's not there. I'll just take a picture of the environment because it's so incredible to see what the game developers can do and accomplish with today's tech stacks. Ghost of
Right.
Tsushima being one of the most gorgeous games that I played in a long time. I probably have tons of snapshots from that game, just scenery.
I've got a few for sure. I know I do.
I
Um,
might have a few decapitations in there too, but mostly scenery.
yeah, some gore laden pictures, of course,
Yeah,
grotesque, but
just
that's okay.
just like a little bit of the library.
uh, Yeah, so just keeping on that Avowed. They say to expect gameplay improvements and fixes to be a part of the patch as well, and I presume that the new content included in the anniversary update will be available for PS5 gamers via a day one update or patch or something like that. So,
Yeah, and a
yeah,
price
so
drop. So
yeah,
traditionally, our games are getting more expensive, but some game companies are taking the initiative and bringing prices down, especially with like a re-release or a cross-platform release at a later date. Like Avowed is going to be released at $49.99, which I think is great. $70 games still don't sit right with me. I grew up in the time where games were $50, right? So it was like
you're
$50, and
right.
even then that was expensive. But
It was.
$50 a game still feels like an appropriate price for me, regardless. Unless it's like a studio that I really, really want to support, like Larian Studios, or I pay almost any price for Final Fantasy, so don't come after me for that. But everything else,
Don't at me.
yeah, don't come after me. But I'd sell my children for another Final Fantasy game. No, it's not quite. Maybe I'd rent them. But yeah, $50. I feel like that's a great price, especially for
Yeah,
something that is an update and not like a completely brand new game, right? Like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's more fair.
It was exciting to me when I saw this news because that was the one. See, I don't have an X. I've owned an Xbox every generation except for this one, so I don't have a Series X S. So Avowed was the one game that coming out for Xbox. And I was like, oh man, I wish that came up for PS5. I was really excited about. Well, I was excited for Xbox fans, but I was sad that I couldn't play it. Right? I was like,
Yeah,
it looks like this. It looks like this kind of like tighter bite-sized version of Skyrim. Kind of like a something in that vein anyway.
yeah,
Uh,
I could see that.
yeah, so I don't know if you had seen anything about Avowed, Kyle, but it's it looks like a mini Skyrim, like a action Western RPG, first person. It looks good. I always thought it looked good. Um, it
Yeah.
scored pretty well, respectable. So yeah, it comes out next month. I don't know, Kyle. Are you interested in picking it up at all, or are you gonna kind of wait and see how it reviews? Or
I'll have to wait and see. I'll probably pick it up eventually, but just because of that same thing with my backlog, like I
Right.
I will add it to my wish list so I can keep track of it and pick it up probably like on a sale. Usually the games I pick up right away are the ones that are like a global experience where you want to be part of the rest of the world that are playing them.
Yeah.
Like for example, when Elden Ring came out, like everybody wanted to be on Elden Ring at the same time, right? Like Battlefield comes out, same thing. Like Battlefield 6 release. There's a lot of games like that where I'll pick them up and then I'll dive right in. But then a lot of games like Avowed, where I think it's going to be a great game, I just don't need to play it day one,
Yeah.
at least for me.
Yeah, no, I got you. And I agree. I'm probably not going to pick it up day one. In fact, there's very few games that I do pick up day one.
Same.
It, it's I Final Fantasy 16 was one of them. Borderlands 4. Um, Gosh, yeah, it's. I usually will just add to my wish list like you, and I just wait for like a sale to pop up. Cause yeah,
Yeah.
just like you, I have a tremendous backlog that I need to work through first. So, yeah, no, this is very exciting news though for PlayStation fans. I hope they're all excited. It looks good. They're adding a whole slew of content to make it worth the while. So exciting. So cool.
I will
Um,
say, like
yeah,
Borderlands, I didn't pick up Borderlands day one. I wanted to, but I was actually, I was unemployed at the time, so like I couldn't pick up games even if I wanted to. So I picked that one up on a sale, and I'm glad I did. It's so much fun. I'm playing through it right now. But one that I did pick up day one that I wasn't planning on getting. Actually, no, maybe it wasn't day one, but it was as soon as I could get my hands on it, like on a decent sale. It was Digimon Story Time Stranger.
oh,
That
right.
one, I played that demo and it left me wanting more. And so as soon as I was able to like find a place for it in my backlog, I bought it and then I started playing it and I haven't really put it down since.
So what you're saying is the demo did its job.
The demo absolutely did its job. Yeah, it enticed me and it made me want to buy it and it left me wanting more until I just couldn't resist and I saw the slight price drop. I don't know, it was like $10 off or something. It was like sold. I got this
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, that's the point of demos, I guess. It's they want you to buy their product, so they'll make that demo as enticing as possible. Try to leave you on a cliffhanger.
It was a huge cliffhanger in the end of that demo, but even more than that, it was just the gameplay and like the feeling of like this is what Pokemon should be because I love Pokemon too. I never really grew up on Digimon. I loved Pokemon, but like it scratched that Pokemon itch for me in a way that Pokemon has not been
Right.
able to do. I know they're completely different, but it did that for me. I was like, you know what, this is great. Like it's better than any Pokemon game I've played in a very, very long time.
Sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Good. Yeah. This next story, Kyle, we don't have to spend a whole lot of time talking about it, but I wanted to bring it up for a couple reasons. First,
Yeah.
this comes way of the PlayStation blog. They announced that they are introducing some new PS5 controllers and
Oh,
uh,
jeez.
yeah, controllers and console covers. So it's three colors: Techno Red, Remix Green, and Rhythm Blue.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've seen these, Kyle, but these do
I
look really nice.
I have I love green and I that green is just it's a really nice green,
Yeah,
but for me that kind of stuff doesn't really do it for me. I'd rather see like I'm just not a decorator.
yeah,
I'd rather see like other innovations than just a color change, if
sure,
you
yeah,
will.
I get that.
Um, I don't know. It just like, and I have a black controller that I got after my white one got stick drift, and it felt like the materials were different between the two controllers. Like the black one felt lighter. It still worked exactly the same, but it felt slightly lighter and different, almost not as gritty on the grip, where they ingrain the little PlayStation logos on there. And
Right,
so
yeah,
I just for me, it's not really. It's never really been my
Not
thing.
your
They look good.
right. Yeah. Yeah, they look good. They I don't know which one I like the best. I like all these colors. I'm not gonna snag. I might snag the blue one because that one kind of speaks to me. It looks really good. I like
Yeah,
how the color comes up through the bottom of the controller, stops about midway, and starts kind of like I don't know how you disintegrating like towards the middle of the controller.
yeah.
It's the way it's cool. But Kyle, the reason why I bring this up is because not really because of these controllers, but because of the omission. Now, what's funny is I'm hearing
Mm.
a lot of people are complaining because the PS5 console covers, they're not making PS5 Pro console covers with these, which is surprising.
Interesting.
The first I want to say like 8 or 9 comments on the blog are like, "Why didn't you put PS5 Pro console covers for these?" I mean the first several comments, and yeah, it makes sense why they would be complaining because why these PS5 Pro users are your most engaged and hardcore audience, right? Like, wouldn't you want to appease them and give them
Maybe
console
not.
covers?
I don't know that I've seen the sales numbers for PS5 Slim and like Fat, we'll call them, versus the PS5 Pro, but PS5 Pro might not have the best sales to warrant custom
Right.
console covers for them.
And they don't. I think it's all. If I were to guess, I think only like 4, 5, 6 million between like 4 to 6 million people have a pro, and so it's not much. But even then, so just make way less of those and just have us. I mean, these are your most I don't know engaged customers. This is your really hardcore audience. I mean,
Your
I don't even
most
have a pro.
wealthy customers.
Well, yeah,
Seven
exactly.
hundred dollars a console. What you know? What I really want them to do? I really want them, and part of the reason why I don't like these console covers and the controllers is because of the crap that they pulled when they did the 30th anniversary. And I spent like
Yeah.
2 weeks of my life trying to get my hands on anything that was 30th anniversary, and I couldn't get crap. Like I
Well,
couldn't
me
get a
too.
controller, I couldn't get a console. I just want them to release 30th anniversary console covers so I can make my original PlayStation 5 look like the 30th anniversary
I would
PlayStation
love
5.
30th anniversary covers. That would be, oh, dude. That there's something about that PS1 gray. You know what I mean? Like just that PS1
Yes,
style
with
gray.
that rainbow color logo, like
Yeah, bro. I'm getting so nostalgic. That is such a deeply like nostalgic period of time of my life. It's just and that PS1 gray just always speaks to me.
it's it's such a good gray. You know,
It
it's
is.
such a like the controller. I I had such an obsession with wanting to get this controller that, and I couldn't get one. My neighbor actually got one
Oh, really?
for his kid, and for him too. And I went over to his house one day. We were playing some games, and I saw the controller, and I was like, "Do I just like take it, like slip it into my coat, and like walk out?" Because it's like such a nice looking controller. It's so sexy, and I am still bent out of shape because they made it so limited and it was so hard to get into the queue, and even if you got in, like, it wasn't guaranteed that any stock would be there. It was just such a terrible experience for a fan of I've been a fan of PlayStation for decades, right? Like, I would have really liked to get my hands on those without having to go look at like scalpers reselling them for 4 times the cost or however much they were going for the time.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm bummed. I wanted to get a controller and then I wanted to get covers and I couldn't get either because yeah, I was waiting in a
Etsy.
queue.
Etsy has your back now.
Oh, are there some on Etsy?
Yeah, they look okay. I've not pulled the trigger on them, but I did shop around a little bit, and I was like, man, they just don't look like the same.
Yeah, it isn't the same. I can see it.
Yeah,
No. So yeah, that's coming. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna pick it up. I just think they look really nice. So I'm
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, so there's that. Now this is going to be our last news story that we're going to cover this week, and it's a pretty big one. So I saved it for last, but it's this comes way of VideoGameChronicle.com. CD Projekt Red is planning to release a brand new expansion for The Witcher 3 this year, according to reports.
Thank goodness.
Now that's crazy. 11 years after it launched, they're going to come out with a brand new expansion. Well, according to this, report. Um, yeah, Polish Noble Securities analyst. I'm also going to butcher this name, so I'm sorry, guys. Matusz Czerwałowski. I killed
That's
that.
pretty good. That's not bad.
That was, oh man. Anyways, he said last month that he was expecting the next paid add-on for The Witcher 3 to be released in May 2026. So that's exactly 11 years after release, because I believe it released in May of 2015. So that would be kind of crazy. The report follows similar claims from a Polish games insider who said last year that the new content was secretly in development at Fool's Theory, the same studio currently remaking The Witcher 1 for CD Projekt. Eurogamer has since followed up with him, who told it that his information was verified by several independent sources. He also pointed to a comment in CD Projekt's recent financial report in which CFO, I'm not going to pronounce that name, said that there is a chance that new content hinted upon in recent calls and reports may see release in the coming year, having an impact on our results. So, yeah, this is
I'd buy it.
yeah, me too, actually.
Take my money. Yep, take it.
Witcher 3, of course, came out 11 years ago, as many people know, and it was to release to both fan and critical acclaim for good reason. It was a fantastic game. Uh,
Yes.
I haven't played it now since, I mean, I haven't played it in 11 years. I played it when it came out, spent a good, like, 3, 4 months on it, and then, moved
Hmm.
on. But this is cool. This is, I don't know a lot of games, I don't know a lot of examples of games that have when came this long, it was that far along from release when it got DLC. Maybe what's that one game? It was kind of like it released the same year as Skyrim. I don't remember what it was called now, but it was an action, kind of like The Witcher action RPG.
Hmm.
Oh, anyways, but yeah, this is cool. I mean, this doesn't happen very often, so I don't know, Kyle. What do you would you buy this?
Yeah. I absolutely take my money now. I don't even know what it is, but I'll just give it to them.
Yeah, I don't even know what the
Because
what it consists
I
of.
don't even know what it is, but I'll talk about why I might not want to give money in a minute. But I think it's coming for two reasons. Number one, we've got financial pressure, so I think there's a lot of financial pressure for CDPR to show and meet earning goals. Um, and they need to have some sort of like significant release. They've got a lot of projects that they're
Yeah,
working
good
on right
point.
now, like The Witcher 4, and they're burning through money, but they haven't really had a big release, I don't think, since like the Cyberpunk updates. So they probably need to bring something back. And for me, this tracks well because The Witcher 4 is going to come out someday, and by adding more paid DLC to everyone's favorite Witcher 3, it's going to build a lot of hype for The Witcher 4, right? So I feel like it's timed really well, and they're going to build hype for The Witcher 4 and increase their sales through DLC, which is also paid.
Yeah, it's good. You make a good point. They released, Cyberpunk came out and they released the expansion for that. But otherwise, I don't know what else CD Projekt has really released since then. And yeah, they're probably going to need, a project or two to, kind of keep that money flowing, right? Like keep that money flowing
Yeah.
into the company. So they're going to kind of need something to kind of help build upon. And yeah, and like you said, yeah, that's a good point. Make build excitement for Witcher 4 because that's coming out probably, I don't know, maybe next year. I'm not really, who knows at this point. But you kind of want to keep your
Maybe
audience.
they'll say at the end of the DLC, they'll say, "Thanks for playing. Witcher 4 releases on this day." I don't know.
That'd be a cool way to announce a release date. Honestly, it would be. No one's ever done that, but that would be a cool way to do that. Is through a DLC.
Yeah.
Man, it would be the first, but it would be a really cool thing to do. Yeah. I know. I'd be all in too. I love Witcher 3. It was a phenomenal game. I'd be there day one for an expansion. So
I
it's
absolutely would
exciting to
too.
hear.
I love The Witcher 3, just like you. I mean, it's such a fun game. It's got such a great environment. The world is incredible. The story is incredible. My least favorite thing about The Witcher is two things. That one and two are not on the PlayStation for me to be able to play them because
Yeah,
I would have liked to
right.
play them. But also, I didn't like what Netflix did with the Witcher story, where it came out that they were actually trying to like go against what the Witcher fans wanted and what would actually make for a good Witcher Netflix series. Which is why, what's his name? The actor who was playing the Witcher, who was actually playing Geralt.
Henry
Um,
Cavill.
yes, he left. He actually like left
Yeah.
because in one of the, I think in one of the actual meetings he was talking with them like, and they're like, oh yeah, we're trying to actually like tank the series on purpose, which is the exact same thing that what's his name did with was it episode 8 of Star Wars, where he said my favorite thing to do is to make a movie that half the people love and half the people hate. And so instead of making a good Star Wars movie, he made it so that Princess Leia just had like these force powers and she could fly through outer space and like save herself, comatose and unconscious, right? Like in space. So like the Netflix directors, they did the same thing. And that's actually when I stopped watching The Witcher on Netflix because I didn't want to see what they did with it. I thought the first season was good, and after that, kind of fizzled off. I couldn't trust them.
Yeah, you don't want to be like one of those from The Godfather. Look how they massacred my boy.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
didn't want to see it, and I trust Henry Cavill. He's a nerd like us, right? Like he
Yeah, he is
knows
actually.
what makes good games. He knows what makes good story and good acting. And for him to just leave such a amazing project that he was really well attached to, and that we all are attached to, I mean that was pretty telling. Like it was
Yeah.
just not in the cards for me to spend time watching it.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's good. I don't know if I'll ever get to it, but I've heard good things.
Yeah, season one was good, and then after that, they got this idea in their head that they should just make something that is like controversial, and it's like, guys, just for the love, like make something that the fans are gonna enjoy, that they're gonna love seeing their favorite characters on screen, and come back and watch over and over, and not avoid.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and yeah, I to your point too earlier, I would like to see maybe I hope it's on the cards for CD Projekt one day to do a remaster of one and two and put it on modern consoles
I thought
because
it was. I thought that was a project that they had talked about at one point, but maybe I'm having
I think they
those
have to
moments.
either them or a fan project, but I believe you're right. I want to be able to play two. Two was really good. I played two on the Xbox 360, and it was really good. I never played one. I heard one was kind of rough, but I mean with updates and a remaster, it could be really good. They can bring modern quality of life changes to it, make it play better. You know,
Yeah.
certainly look better. So I would hope that they would consider that, and maybe they are, and they probably are actually considering that. So yeah, it'd be fun to play Witcher 2, 1 on modern consoles. So hopefully that's in their pipeline at some point. But yeah, no, this is exciting. New DLC, Witcher 3. That's gonna be. Hopefully, we're gonna get an announcement soon on that. I hope they are. Yeah, gearing up for that. So
Yeah, there hasn't
yeah,
been much news on The Witcher 4 in some time. Last thing I remember was a not a gameplay trailer, but a cinematic trailer dropping, and it was incredible. And then it's just kind of been mostly silent and um, theories ever since.
yeah,
So I feel like this is them starting to ramp up the excitement again for The Witcher 4 through something that we already know and are familiar with.
yeah, totally. The last thing I remember about The Witcher 4 that they had dropped was that Unreal Engine 5 demonstration. It was several minutes. I mean, it was kind of a long demonstration, but it was. They said it wasn't gameplay, but it looked like gameplay. so people were kind of at odds about it. But I don't know if you watched that demonstration, Kyle, at all. But it looked really
Is it,
good. It was showing
is it
you how
always
like
Siri running through the woods
yeah, and
to defeat
it
the
showed like how
monster?
detailed the horse's muscles were moving. I mean, they really
Oh
zoomed in on the
yes,
horse. And they're
yeah,
showing
yeah,
you how
yeah.
each individual muscle was like reacting to each other as the horse was, galloping.
And
And
wasn't it like underneath the skin too? So like they had like the
yeah,
muscle, and then they actually like put a skin over it, so they were able to show you how things were working behind the
how it
scenes.
actually worked. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It was cool. It was a really cool thing. Cool. It was cool to see. So I hope. I mean, if The Witcher 4 even looks close to that, I'll be really excited. But they're a really talented team, so I have no doubt that it's gonna come. It's gonna at least come close, if not match that. So I have full confidence in them.
As long as it's not a PS4 release as well. I mean, we're
Yeah.
so far beyond the PS4. Like, if I see one more YouTube comment of, "Is this going to come out on PS4 on another video?" Like, I just don't understand. Like, there was a time when you had to get the new console to get the next games, and for whatever reason, like PS5 owners and PS5 Pro owners were getting hamstrung by PS4 and that market because they're tailoring games for PS4, and I'd really like to start seeing exclusive games for PS5 and PS5 Pro that have been optimized for those systems.
Yeah, there is an extraordinary number of people that are still on last gen hardware, like PS4, Xbox One. You know, they they've never held on so long as they've held on, you know, during this gen. From last gen to this gen, there's a
Yeah,
lot of people that have really not wanted to make that jump. So, I mean, I guess in a way, there's some I get it a little bit. The prices have really historically prices on consoles go down as they are on the market, but in this case they have gone up as they've been on the market, which is just insane to me. I mean,
yeah.
to think that the cheapest PS5 you could buy was at launch is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it was crazy, and the effort that you had to go through to get PS5 at launch. Like, I remember a couple of days straight, like I was paying attention to Twitter and all
Oh
these
yeah.
different content creators, and I had like news notifications set up, and I had like two computers set up in my phone, and it wasn't even me that bought it. It was actually my wife that was able to get it. Of all people, I've been trying for days, and she was like, "Oh, I just got one." I'm like, you've been trying for like an hour, but thank you so much. This is great. But yeah, it was an absolute mess. Like, it's a lot easier to get one now, but I really think that, like, 2 years into a new console's life, it's time to retire the old one and say, yeah, we'll still support it and make sure it's not going to break, but to give the new consoles the best experience and the best shot at life and success, we're going to start stopping development for new games on these old consoles unless
Yeah.
unless they can handle it, right? Like, there's games where, like Battlefield 6, for example, like Battlefield 6 doesn't need to be on PS4. PS4 can't handle it. Like, there's The Witcher
Yeah.
4. The Witcher 4 shouldn't probably be on PS4. I don't think PS4 can handle it.
Yeah, and I don't think it will be. I think I think they've stated as such that it's going to be on just current generation hardware.
Dude, did they put Cyberpunk on PS4?
They did, and we saw how that turned out, didn't we?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying is, it needs to be like, you've got to let it go at some points.
Yeah, at some point, especially if you're making your first party games, you want to nudge your audience in the right direction, right? You want to nudge them towards your new hardware. You don't want them to
Yeah.
be stuck because you want to keep them engaged, but you want to keep them engaged on your new hardware. It's just you always want to push them in that direction. So,
You know what this is like? This reminds me of this analogy, right? Like, it's like the mom who loves her kids so much that they are just welcome to live at home in the basement forevermore because they've never gotten that nudge to get outside and go into the real world and get a job and get their own place and feel that satisfaction of success and working for yourself, and instead they're just still living in mom's basement, mom's still doing their laundry, folding their socks for them and everything. Like Sony, I feel like treats the PS4 owners like that, where oh yeah, you still have your PS4, we're still going to make games for it, and you're still going to have all of this stuff, and then the rest of us are like, okay, so
Yeah,
what gives? Like, let's finally unlock the power of the PS5 because I don't think we've done
yeah.
that yet.
Let's see what we can do. Yeah, and I really agree because you have Gran Turismo 7 and God of War Ragnarok that are on PS4, correct? I think they're on PS4 too. So we really haven't seen. I wanted to see what Gran Turismo could do with just the power of the PS5. You know, granted, Gran Turismo 7 looks phenomenal. I mean, absolutely phenomenal.
It does, especially with that VR that I got recently.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
it's seen
I
on VR.
I never looked at photo mode with my cars until I got VR, and then I got in VR and I like walked around the car, and I was just like, how close can I get? And I stuck my head inside and saw the wireframes. I was like, okay, so not that close. And I backed up. It was like really cool to see all the intricate details of every piece and component of the cars in that setting. I think they did a really amazing job, and I'm sure there's a lot of work that goes into it behind the scenes, but I still think that there's more if they're not always catering to a console generation that's a decade old.
Yeah, yeah, no, exactly, no, well put for sure. I agree.
But it's exciting. I can't wait to see The Witcher 4 and the next updates that they have. I'm hoping that DLC for The Witcher 3 will lead to updates on The Witcher 4. If not, then still take my money. I'll play The Witcher 3 again
Yeah,
anytime.
I'll play either way. I'll play
Yeah,
that, and then I'll take a nice new shiny trailer for Witcher 4 while you're at it. CD
that sounds
Projekt.
great. Yeah, thank you. If you're
Um,
listening, guys, we'll take just that.
yeah, yeah, cool. Okay, well, we can just get into what we're playing, and then we can end the show, Kyle. What do you
All
think?
right. Yeah, that sounds great.
I'll go first. I can move through these kind of quickly. First of all, I played the Dragon Quest VII Reimagined demo, and this, let me tell you, is a beefy demo. I think it took me about 5 hours to get through. Uh,
Wow.
it's a long demo. I mean, they let you play through
Yeah.
a lot of the beginning of the game, and I'm happy to report that it's awesome. I am sold. I played a little bit of Dragon Quest VII, well, known back then to the West as Dragon Warrior 7 on the PS1. And that game was infamously long and bloated. So what they've done here is tightened it up a lot and gotten rid of a lot of the bloat, I guess. That's what I've been reading anyway. And yeah, I mean the demo was fantastic. I loved it. I loved it a lot. Uh, they really respect your time here because in battles you can choose between like three or four different speed settings. I mean you can make these battles go like super fast. So I had it on like I think I had it on the fastest, and they attack so quick. Battles are over in less than a minute. It's really nice actually.
Yeah.
Um, but like the animations and the graphics and the character art, it's so well done. It looks so good, and it's got a cool. The story seems really cool so far because it's a time traveling mechanic to it. You're on this island, right? You're on this island, and everybody else on this island thinks that you're the only landmass in the world. Like there's no other landmass. It's just this little island and this ocean on the rest of the world. So you have these people that want to like set out. Your character and a couple of your friends want to set out to kind of prove that isn't so. That there's more out there. There's other life out there. So you go through this portal and you end up on a remote island. I think it's in the past, and you go through it. You do the little story. You help the people do get through their issues, and then you come back to your island, and then their island kind of pops up next to yours. So what I'm assuming is going to be the main flow of the story is you're going to help all these islands solve their issues, and you're going to bring them back to the present, and they're going to be all it's going to be for better or for worse. You're going to have altered their history. So,
Yeah.
maybe you come back to an island and it's worse than it was. But the one that I helped was they were better off, of course. But no, it's a lot of fun. The combat is so nice. The menu system is so much. The UI they've really cleaned up now. The UI is way better. It's simple, easy to get through. They have this bar on the bottom where that's your inventory, your weapons, and you just hit up or down, and that changes your characters on the menu. So the menu is really cleaned up nicely. The item system is way better. I remember in the first Dragon Warrior 7, Dragon Quest 7, I don't know what. But the item issue was each character had their own item bag besides the main party bag of items.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got rid of all that. Yeah, that's done with. It's just one item bag now. Thank God. It's way better that way. So they've made definitely some quality of life changes that I've noticed. The graphics are really good. Like I said, the animations are really nicely done. Um, One thing I noticed that stood out too. Usually in JRPGs, I switch to the Japanese voiceovers. The English cast though in this game is really good. Like I'll be playing this in English for sure. So I was really happy with it. I played it. I beat the demo. Saved my progress. So this will be like a day one buy for me because I am really excited for this game now. I'm really really excited. I can't gush about it enough. It's really good. I implore you that are listening to this, go check out that demo. It's really really good. Especially if you like RPGs, JRPGs, please go play it. It's worth your time. Um, yeah,
The demo did its job.
the demo did its job
Yeah.
wonderfully. Yeah, it made a buyer out of me for sure. Day one. Um, so yeah, there's that, and then just one more thing. I'm playing a game called Sea Fantasy, which, ironically enough, is also about a game with a lot of islands. It's a fishing JRPG, and you go around to these
Oh, I
islands, and
saw.
I'm sure you probably saw me playing it on PSN, Kyle. Uh,
I did, only it was called C Fante on PSN, like under your gameplay. And so I went and looked it up because I was like, what's C Fante? And I looked it up and it wasn't anywhere in the PSN store. And I was like,
Maybe
I
cut it
wonder if it's
off.
what? No, it's missing the S in fantasy. And
Oh,
so
oh,
yeah, like in your I'll have to take a picture and send it to you next time you're playing it. But it said C Fante in your playlist of what you're playing. And when I went and searched it, it's C Fantasy. So I
right.
don't know, like some product manager has a bug there in the system, the way that the game talks to the playlist. But anyway, I saw you playing that, and it got me curious. I went and looked at it. Yeah, it's like a fishing JRPG.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's cool. The story is it's cute, but I mean, I don't take it too seriously. It's not like super engaging like some of your other JRPGs. But
Yeah.
it's cool. It keeps you moving. It keeps you moving through the different islands. You upgrade your ship so you can sail through the different waters. Like one's calm waters, and then one's windy waters, one's stormy waters. So it's just a way to upgrade your ship and be able to sail through all the different types of oceans to
Yeah.
get through to get to the further islands so you can do more fishing. Yeah, there's like 140, 150 types of fish, I think. There's a lot of fish in this game. There's a lot of
Okay.
boss fish. You got to fight the boss and you got to fish them out once you because you have to actually like physically fight the boss fish with a different character, and then you use your other character to like fish them out of the water. So it's interesting. It's funny. It's cute. It's a cute little game. I'm about 9 hours into it, I'd say. So I'm fairly far into the game. I do plan on beating it here, hopefully within the next few days. But I am liking it a lot so far. It's filling this gap. I don't know, just this gaming gap I had in my heart. So something I want. I wanted a fishing game. So
Yeah.
just fills that void nicely. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. So I'm liking it. And that's it I got for now, Kyle. Anything that you're playing?
Yeah. So for me, obviously, still playing Digimon Story. That game is very long, so I'll be playing it for some time. And I
Yeah.
think I talked about this last time, but I hate beating games like story games because I don't want the
Right.
adventure to be over. So I'll probably slow down a little bit on that. But another one I've been playing just since I got the VR for Christmas is No Man's Sky. I picked that up recently, and I feel like a space explorer, and it's awesome. Like I actually
Yeah.
I'm playing it on the casual mode because I'm not into all the inventory management and everything like that. Like I just rather explore and have fun without having to worry about as many resources. But it's great. Like I sit there in I use actually this my office chair, and I'm like spinning around, looking at different things, walking around and zapping stuff and flying my spaceship, and it makes me feel like an intergalactic space explorer. And so much so that I wanted to test something, so I took off the VR and disconnected it, and then I went back into the game and played it with controller, and I didn't have any fun at all. Like it just did not feel the same. It felt like a slow game, and it did not feel as immersive as being able to like pull up my hands and like look at the back of my hand and like tap on things and like manage my build projects and repairing my spaceship and everything like with the immersiveness of that VR. So for me, I've
Mhm.
been playing that. I'll be honest, I've also been working a lot. So I do software product management. So I haven't had a ton of time to play video games. But when I have, I've been plugging in that one. I do a race occasionally on Gran Turismo as well. And I did also try the demo for what is it, Dragon Quest VII, right?
Oh,
The
yeah.
Yeah, I did try that. I didn't get very far into it. I'm probably only like 20 minutes in right now, but I did at least download it and turn it on. And now, hearing your take on it, I'm gonna have to continue with that demo.
Yeah, that is my one complaint about that game, though. That demo, 20 minutes in, you said yeah, it takes a long time before you get into like your first battle in that game. So you say you're 20 minutes in. You haven't fought anything yet, have you?
No, I picked up my second character, and I'm on my way to talk to the king. And yeah, I don't know what's next, but it sounds like I have to step through a portal or something. Which
Yeah, I started to get a little impatient. It was because I was sometime into the demo, and I'm like, okay, can we get going here? Like, I want to fight something. So you know what I mean? It was just I don't know. It's probably the old age in me now. I'm getting impatient with things now. So I'm like, I wanted to
yeah,
kind of I wanted to see some action. But
I did too. That might be why I strayed away from it for a little bit. But there's another game that is a absolute favorite of mine that kind of started like that and just kept going and going and going in the demo. Metaphor Refantasio. That game starts out
oh,
pretty
metaphor,
slow
yeah,
in the demo, and you get like 8 hours in the demo. And it wasn't a game that was on my radar at all. I saw it. I'm like, nah, it's not for me. But I decided to play the demo, and the more I played the demo, it was like 2 hours in, it finally sunk its teeth into me, and I was hooked forevermore. Like it's one of my all time favorite games. It was that good. So the demo did its job.
yeah.
It was slow to get started, but once it does, and once you start to unravel this web of the story, I mean the journey that you go on is like none other.
Yeah, I liked the demo too of that game. It had a very big like Persona vibe to it, which I liked. So I think I was just so busy with other things and other games at the time, I didn't get a chance to pick it up. But
Yeah.
I do hope to, I still hope to get Metaphor sometime in the future. It's on my wish list on PSN, so once a nice sale hits, I'll probably pick it up. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. But yeah,
And
cool,
that's all I've
Kyle.
got.
Awesome. Well, that's what we're playing, guys. Otherwise, that's going to be our show for today. But look, guys, we want to thank you for joining us, and if you're watching, listening, hey, thank you very much. This is our first endeavor into this, so we appreciate
Second
all the support.
episode.
Yep, episode two, we made it. So this is awesome. And, hopefully we keep it going for you guys. Hopefully we're entertaining. I don't want to sound like a cliche YouTuber, but if you are liking this, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe. That would be great for us and for the channel. We would really, really appreciate that. So That's all we got for you today, guys. Thanks for joining us. Until next time. Later.